Okay. It works. I'm going to interrupt our series using just for this short little video. Um, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on sometimes how I do brainstorming. There's two different ways. If I already have an idea of what I want to do, I will use the least amount of technology as possible because oftentimes I find that the technology will kind of lead me to a conclusion that I didn't want. But if I already have an idea, because if I already have an idea, I already know where I want to go. So then I basically I'll sit down. In this case, what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the part where the children of Israel are praying or begging Moses to pray to the Lord to stop the snakes from biting them. And so I I was inspired by this choir library that I've been working with, which is the 8DO Silka 5-syllable soft arcs patch. Um, I really liked the way you have this, you have a natural rise and ebb of the dynamics, and the it's just I think it's a great way to this great application for this particular sentiment, this particular thing. So I came up with the lyrics, which I wrote down, and then I put rhythmic notation above it and put it and divided into the measures, and then I transferred it over to pencil and paper, um, just kind of figuring out coming up with musical ideas with it for it, and it's pretty simple. Um, and but I wanted that to be very delicate. So um, I'm imagining this is going to be a cappella. I imagine there's going to be some. I'll probably have the bass drums doing a roll, and also the timpani following along with that. They might do some swells every now and then I'll still have some very, very slight, maybe peripheral orchestral effects, reminding us that the Israelites are still getting bit. And so, but I know, but this is gonna help me. I've kind of skipped over that whole biting section of music, but this is going to help me do a better job with that section. This is because now I know where I'm going to be heading to from there. This allows me to have a beginning, a middle, and end. I can carry the momentum on. I can have some musical cohesiveness, and it's not just effects to get an emotional response. It's there still to tell the story, and you can still have the musical aspects help keep it grounded. And so, yeah, my other idea is to have the choir repeat the same passages except for in oohs and ahs, while Moses, represented by a bassoon, is praying to the Lord. And that way, the Lord, in theory, is kind of hearing both Moses and the children of Israel praying to him. So it's just kind of in my head. Sometimes my brainstorms don't always make it to the finished product, but in this particular case, I think this is like 90% there. Um, so anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a insight that sometimes the simplest is the best. Um, and now I will say that in the other side of the coin, if I don't already have an idea and I feel like my ideas are blocked or I'm feeling like I've got writer's block or whatever, then the technology can indeed help me a lot to come up with a solution that I may not have thought of before or whatever, right? If it's not coming up with ideas, sometimes it'll help me. Um, I don't let it do the composing for me, but I let it lead me different directions. And so oftentimes my ideas flow better that way than here. But in this particular case, this is much better. So we'll see you for episode 6. Thanks for watching and have a great week.